This week's book is Willpower by Roy F. Baumister and John Tierney. It's a very good book, a psychology book, very interesting, fascinating, highly recommend getting this. So it's a book summary of the best 5 ideas from this book. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you see the next week's book summary and the future ones as well. Also check out my other videos. I have some other book summary videos on this channel. So 5 ideas, but before we start, a couple of words about the sponsors of this video. First of all, Book Depository. You can order this book from Book Depository. It's linked in the description, and many other books as well. They ship worldwide for free. Very good bookstore. And I highly recommend ordering this book yourself as well and reading it as well. Also, another sponsor, Slurp Coffee. It's also linked in the description. Get your organic, high quality coffee from slurp.com. By the way, it's later in the evening now, but I'm still drinking coffee because this is decaf. It's a very good quality organic coffee, decaffeinated, from Brazil, Minas Gerais, Brazil. So this tastes amazing. I highly recommend getting this coffee if you love coffee like me, and you want to keep the caffeine in check so you don't drink it too late or you don't drink too much of it. I highly recommend the decaf coffee, but there's also other coffees, many different options you can use. The French press, just normal coffee machine or anything. There's different coffees for different machines and tools, so highly recommend checking it out. But now getting into the video, first big idea from Willpower is that, well, just a couple of words overall about this book first. Actually, many people know what willpower obviously is, but yeah, it's very, like the title says, why self-control is the secret to success. In the introduction they're talking about how the self-control and willpower really like determined success in people, like children who had self-control grew up to have like higher incomes, they were much healthier, and the children without self-control, they grew up to be like overweight and had diabetes and health problems and all of those things, and low paying jobs and everything. So it's really the key. But getting to the first idea is that willpower is actually, is limited. So you have willpower more in the morning and less in the evening. So when you start today, it's just like you charge your phone during the night, you have 100% battery. It's the same with willpower. You have more in the morning than in the night, and so you can consciously, of course, save the willpower. So some of the things that I'm going to talk about, other ideas, will reveal some things you can do to save your willpower, but there's some obvious things, of course, you sometimes know when you're using a lot of willpower for something. And so you want to structure today so that you can do the most important things first when you still have willpower, and then the less important things later when you don't necessarily have the willpower for them. But you don't want the important things to be in the evening, because then you might not have the willpower to do them. But second thing is that, another thing is focusing on one project at a time. So the second idea is focus on one project at a time, because you might power through the many projects with willpower, but it really leaves you depleted from willpower, and then you will just make mistakes later that are very costly. Like when you don't have willpower, you really you don't think straight. You're like totally like depleted, and you don't have energy, so you can't think well, and you will make mistakes. So don't work on too many things at once. Focus on one thing. Like for example, so many New Year's resolutions fail because people want to do everything at once. Right from January, people start like they want to lose 10 kilos and they want to stop smoking. They also got a new job. Now they have all these new things that regard willpower, but they just don't have willpower for all of them, and then they will make mistakes and give up and everything. Now next, glucose is actually crucial for willpower. You need glucose from food to have your brain working right, to have willpower. It's really like no glucose, no willpower. It's that's what you will realize when you like fast and everything. You have less willpower. So really, food is one very crucial thing. And so next, fourth idea is this is very important. Decisions. The decisions actually take willpower. So every time you decide on something, even if it's something small, you're using your willpower. So save your willpower by not making unnecessary decisions, because you get decision fatigue. And like it can be like what you choose to have for breakfast. Do you drink coffee or tea? Do you make eggs, or do you make something else? If you make that kind of decision, then you decide something else later in the day. And if you make a lot of decisions during the day, then you usually lose your willpower. So don't make unnecessary decisions, especially early in the day when you want to save your willpower for something more important. Also, next idea is, fifth idea is that you can strengthen your willpower. That's very positive, very optimistic, that you can actually do that. And it's great when you do that. You really start to be able to add like better and better habits to your life when you have more willpower. Like whatever it is, whenever you're using willpower, you're strengthening your willpower. You can work out and everything, and then just simple things like switching from brushing your teeth with your right hand to your left hand, that triggers a little bit willpower and strengthens your self-control when you decide to brush your teeth with the left hand. Also, actually, I wasn't doing it now, but that reminded me of sometimes drinking coffee with the left hand. Also, whatever you're doing with your right hand, you can use your left hand for it, brushing your teeth, coffee, everything. So, and it's interesting, it also trains the different side of your brain when you use the left hand, and it's actually very good for you to use the other hand as well. So next, that's 5 points now. So I have a little bit more points on this book, but those are the 5 best ones. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Remember to like this video if it was helpful. Also remember to subscribe once again so you see the next week's book summary. See you soon.